This is the Epic Podcast because sometimes fuck it
just fits.
Just fits.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Before we officially get started, this is just a little known fact that you may or may not want to put in your pockets. I know a lot of you all have recently, or not a lot of you, but some people have recently picked up smudging, or in layman's terms, burning sage, to, you know, not only clear your energies and invite positivity to your space, but also it is known that sage does have a bacteria killing agent in it when you burn it and take it throughout your house. So a couple things. Number one, I know you've seen the meme about like opening your doors so the demons just won't run out. Like, that's a real thing. Not about the demons, but just opening your doors to invite the positive energy in and the negative energy out. But if you are using sage, it is very important to use white and blue sage together, because white sage is like a bleach and it doesn't just clear out bad energy, it clears out all energy. So if you are wanting to start over, then use white sage, like clear everything. But if you're wanting to clear like bad and then invite like a positivity and the health and all that other stuff, then it's white and blue together. Just a little known fact for your smudgers and your new smudgers. Episode 7.
Episode 7. Here we go. So we got our mic back. Finally.
She's back.
There was a little, couple things that we had to do to get it right. Was this repositioned? No. So let's pull it back maybe to here. So we could be in front of the mic.
So the mic is back, thank God. I don't think the quality was really that different.
I don't think you could tell. You couldn't tell.
It just feels more interactive with the mic.
Yeah, because who doesn't want a mic? Especially when when it's shaped like this. Because, when your mic is really shaped like this, it means you're really a podcaster.
I guess. The wine of the day is a Chardonnay. Have y'all watched Uncorked? Oh,
I haven't watched it yet.
I know that I'm like skipping, but Uncorked is a beautiful movie about a young black aspiring sommelier. And the movie is written by the showrunner of Insecure. And what's beautiful about it is not just the fact that he's a young black aspiring sommelier, which is the bomb, that there's so many different aspects of love. I'm not going to tell the movie because he hasn't saw it, but there's so many different ways and like different stories of love in that movie. I loved it. And it inspired me to learn about all the wine that I'm consuming, since I am probably going to be a raging alcoholic after this quarantine.
Everybody's going to be a raging alcoholic after this quarantine. It doesn't really make any...
the raging may be new, but the alcoholic is... Alcoholics go to meetings. I like to say that I am a wine enthusiast.
A wine enthusiast. Isn't that a great
I am. I love wine. I actually love learning about the histories of the wines that I'm consuming now. This wine in particular came from the Walmart, but that doesn't matter.
Did this come from the Walmart?
It definitely came from the Walmart.
Oh, this did come from the Walmart, because all of the other places are really shut down because of the COVID.
It's still, this wine still makes me enthusiastic.
Well, I am enthusiastic to drink wine, so I guess I'm a wine enthusiast as well. It doesn't make me enthusiastic; it makes me a little belligerent. But
so you're a wine fighter.
I'm a fighter.
So how was your week?
I guess technically my week was the same as last week, because we can't go any fucking where.
It's Groundhog's Day.
Oh my God. Is it Groundhog's Day?
No, you haven't seen that movie? Like, it feels like
Groundhog's Day. I was like, is it Groundhog's Day?
No,
what day is it?
We're like reliving the same movie. The same day over and over. I think, for me, I'm discovering with us having what's the word? The same week over and over simultaneously. It's the same week over and over. I don't
know if it's simultaneously.
So similar weeks.
Look, we're like, I don't know what word it is. But...
Since we're having similar weeks, I have learned to each week progress to do something back to my normal routine. Does that make sense? So like this week, I actually got dressed and like combed my hair.
I put on underwear yesterday.
And like Because here's the thing, I'm enjoying the time for rest. I'm enjoying the time to be closer to my family. I've actually really have been appreciative to the fact that we get to slow down.
Right.
And the fact that we get to enjoy periods of rest. But I don't want to get so restful that I forget to be productive. Because at the end of the day, the wheels going to keep on turning.
They're going to keep on going.
Proud Mary, keep on burning.
So they're going to keep on going. But at the same time, you have no choice to get used to this new normal, especially with them.
You can absolutely get
extending it for 30 more days.
You can absolutely get used to a new normal without you creating a normal of pajamas every day.
So that's what I had to do.
Because that's a lot.
Didn't even bother to put on underwear.
You just put on a top for your Zoom meetings.
Put on a top, no bottoms, or you just got on some shorts or some basketball shorts or some pajama pants. And then I was just like, you know what? Let's just try to get back to feeling some type of normalcy.
Brush your teeth.
Oh, definitely have to do that now because I don't want my teeth to fall out after this. Like,
meth mouth.
Wouldn't that be? Then that's what they would accuse you of. Like, wow, so you were completely doing meth the entire time that you were off. And it's like, no, I just felt that since I was at home that I didn't have to brush my teeth, and now I have
want to smell my own stinky
wooden teeth like George Washington.
Wow, wooden teeth. No, I just think you just have to create a routine. Like, even with my children and with myself and with my husband, like, yes, we're working less, but that doesn't change the fact that we need to create routines. Like, we need to wake up intentionally for the day because we are going to get complacent. And at the end of the day, whatever this new normal, whatever we come out of in this new normal, we need to make sure that we're prepared for it. And you're not going to get prepared for it by, like, watching Netflix all day. So, I guess how was your week is really a...
But it was really good. We got a PlayStation. We went ahead and bought a PlayStation 4. Okay. I used to refuse because it cost so much.
Not to do anything.
Actually, we have no choice but not to do anything because there's nothing to fucking do.
That's true.
I mean, we do exercise. We still walk around Stone Mountain alone and, try to be away from everyone. But ultimately, we need something to keep us in the house and ensure that we're not going to go anywhere.
Does it make you upset to see people on, now that we're all on social Instagrams and stuff, social Instagram, that's like somebody granny, on social media so much, does it make you upset that people are, like, doing the most? Like, okay, I know I come to your house to record this podcast, right? And I know that I still have to go into my job a couple of days a week. But I'm not going into a place where there's like 12 people. Like, I feel like it's not that serious for me to go to my girlfriend's house or go to one of my guys, like anybody's house and like have a party. Or like me and my husband need to have a game night with other couples. Like, that's so unnecessary to me right now. And I feel like people are like, well, it's fine because no, like,
it's completely defeating the purpose.
Stay in the house for non-essential things. Like, we do this because of hopefully that this metabolizes to something that's like another revenue or another stream of productivity for us. If we weren't doing this, I probably wouldn't have seen Star for weeks.
Because we're
physically, meaning like
we're following the rules.
We would have FaceTimed, we would have done things like that because we're friends. But, like, I don't need to physically see you, bruh. Like,
this is not it didn't say don't be in the streets. Because if that's the case.
It actually is promoting you to go outside and be physical. Because
away from yourself.
You need the sun.
Away from other people. It's not inviting them over. It actually has been pissing me off because I've been seeing party nights and game nights.
I'm livid.
People in New Orleans had a whole band outside. So I want to do a mini Mardi Gras fest. People still at church, going to choir rehearsal, doing all of that stuff. First of all, y'all could barely sing last Sunday as it was. So it's okay to get off for a few weeks without going into choir rehearsal and doing all of that stuff. And it's like you staying at home, ain't got no haircut. I look like, a wolf,
Oh,
and
child.
people out here
My
really.
self-care routine is going to be trill once I leave quarantine.
You know what I'm saying? And people out here getting haircuts and got their barbers coming over, and then that barber actually had 12 other appointments when they came to your house. It's defeating the purpose, and if people continue to do that, we will never get out of our homes.
Right now, summer's virtually almost about
Or
to be
everyone's
canceled.
just gonna die, except for the people who are not gonna die, and then we'll be able to move on.
Well, I think I have self-distance or really took into the factors of when and where I need to go out and about because my grandma's 90 years old, and I'm gonna tell you what. If my grandma gets sick from the coronavirus, I'm fighting everybody I see.
Everybody.
I'm actually going to DM you, ask you for your address, and I'm coming to fight.
And straight
I'm
on
knucking,
tight.
I'm bucking, I'm ready to fight. And if my other grandmother, who's in her 80s, gets sick, I'm going to fly to California and I'm fighting everybody. Like, y'all got to stay in the house. You got to do things that are essential, not things that you think that are essential. Like, if you're not getting a coin, if you're not creating a hustle, it's not essential. You going over your homeboy house to smoke a hookah?
That is not essential. Game night, and it's 25 of y'all.
You playing Jenga ain't essential. Like, it's not that deep. And at this point, our summer about to be
done,
canceled. Y'all finna be in the house with y'all kids.
Just let it go. Like, it's okay. It's okay to absolutely and completely just follow the rules for a little bit. Had people actually done it, we might have seen the curve start to go down. But because people are still attempting to live
do
life
what they
normally,
want to do.
Here we go. We see this trajectory going super high, super up, and
I guess by Christmas we'll be able to go outside.
Maybe. Or the coronavirus is going to be in full effect because it survives the cold. I really feel like we're going to have a coronavirus season. How we have flu seasons, because, you know, technically the cold started out like that. Technically, to this day, there is no cure for the common cold.
There is absolutely no cure.
There is no guarantee that there's going to be a vaccine for coronavirus. Yes, they're pushing for something. They're researching. It doesn't mean that their trials are going to be successful.
I wonder how many people, speaking of vaccines, I am not one of those people who don't get, or their children don't get vaccines at all. Like, there's some vaccines that I believe in or that I'm okay with. I give them. I think I may have gotten the flu shot once, but my children have never had the flu shot. And as long as I am in control of their health, I am not getting the flu shot. I haven't got the flu shot. I'm not like bashing anybody who gets it, but I just feel like that's not the health path that I want to take. If they create a coronavirus, I'm not taking that. Or vaccine, I'm not taking that. So I wonder, like, at this point,
what if they force you?
How can they? The only way they can force me to take it is if they give it to me without me knowing.
But what if it's mandated for you to
Or
take
what?
It? Or you can't leave your house.
Okay. I can't leave my house now.
Well, everyone else in the world will continue to move forward. But
like,
what if they
have police officers at your door?
You may never know. Maybe it's something that's completely serious that they may.
I feel like
they may do that. In China, they went to door to door checking everybody's temperature.
Well, China is a whole different type of tradition. If they had the manpower to make us stay in their house, and maybe they do, and they're just not releasing it, then wouldn't they do that now so this can be done?
Well, they're trying to be nice about it so that it can be voluntary.
So you would take the vaccine?
I don't know. I take the flu shot. I take all the other vaccines. So maybe not. It depends on what it is. But I get to choose if I want the flu shot or not.
Right.
I get to choose if I want the coronavirus. But I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, I took a pneumonia vaccine. I took a hepatitis.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
They got them.
No, I believe it.
What you got for me? Because I'm the person that I like it.
I'm not knocking people's choices. I feel like
my sister is I'm not going to call you all anti-vaxxers.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer.
But it's a pick and choose vaxxer.
I'm definitely a
rubella
necessary vaxxer.
So like, you're going to do the rubella.
The measles.
The polio.
No, I just feel like, you have to just do your research for you and your family. Like, I just really feel like What?
And that's good. So one of our viewers, and we're new to this right now because technically this is a podcast. And
now it's a visual podcast.
Now it's a visual podcast. So now I'm like, well, wait, should I be looking at the camera and talking? But actually it's a podcast, so should I be looking at you? We don't care.
We don't look everywhere.
So if you see us doing all of this, it's because that's just how it is.
It is what it is.
But one of our viewers, Stacy, hi Stacy.
Hi girl.
She said that's a good question because healthcare workers,
my daddy's on here,
are required to take flu shots.
Oh, I know.
Or they can't work.
Okay, but
so what if they do? So let's just say they do impose something that you cannot leave your house or like can't even go anywhere if you do not take this vaccine.
If there's a situation where they have created a vaccine for this coronavirus and they are saying at this point you have to take it or else, whatever that or else is, right? Whether it's staying in, whether it's working, whether it's whatever. Then at that point, I need to do my research because I'll be honest, I've done research enough to make me comfortable not to take the flu shot or give it to my kids, right? Because the flu has been around for years.
Long time.
The coronavirus, I'm sure it's been around a long time, but we're just now getting word of it. So I need to research what mixture did Donald Trump put in this coronavirus?
Well, Donald Trump didn't put anything in it because he's not smart enough to think about anything.
Baby, Donald Trump was in the CDC and made the coronavirus like a cocktail. He said, put a little HIV in it, put a little rubella in it, put a little measles in it.
And then nothing is going to work.
Make him cough.
Allegedly, there was a doctor in New York who has successfully, I would say cure. I guess I could say cure.
Y'all need to dig up Dr. Sebi.
Cured. Nah, baby. Don't dig him up, baby. Nah, ain't nothing Dr. Sebi gonna blend in the blender about to help y'all. We're not gonna do that. But he actually cured, I want to say, 499 of his patients by using hydrochloric sulfate, zinc, and...
Is that why those people are taking bleach pills? Did you see that?
Is that what bleach is?
I don't know if that's what bleach specifically is, but I saw an article that said two people died because they ordered some pills off of the web, like bleach pills. That's why you got to do your research, sis. Like, you can't just take bleach pills.
You're going to die. We're going to both look here to say this at the same time. Ebony, you look at Facebook. I'm going to look at Instagram. You're going to die if you take a bleach pill.
Y'all remember when they said bleach could cure AIDS?
Now let's look at this.
That wasn't true.
Let's turn towards the mic. You are going to die if you take
a slow death. A quick death, actually, because I think they died like instantly.
No, bleach pills. Don't drink bleach. First of all, I want to say that they said that what can cure the coronavirus is hot water. Just drink
just wash your hands.
Just wash your hands, but eat some soup before you take a bleach pill.
Wait your turn. If you don't get sick, then
just stay in the house.
Just stay in the house until they tell
you. And you probably won't get it.
Following, or maybe you will.
Or you already had it.
Or you already had it.
I read something else that said a reinfection is worse.
I heard that too.
Who got reinfected?
People who weren't following instructions.
But I need to know. Y'all need to give me a name or
what I read was a lot of people in China who got reinfected.
I don't trust anything that comes out of China at this point.
Well, listen.
No information. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. But y'all waited. Y'all knew about this since October. And you didn't say anything. So now I don't know what you're saying.
Well.
At this point.
What's on the docket?
Well. On the docket. Ooh. The first thing on the docket.
See, make sure you Photoshop my face.
Yeah, Photoshop me a haircut. Can they do that?
Photoshop me a deep part with a wave.
Photoshop me.
Nails.
As Beyonce.
Photoshop me as Solange.
And we could just go ahead and do that. So, Tiger King.
So as we are quarantined, there's Netflix is with the jams. Okay, if you don't have a Netflix or a Netflix password accessible, don't ask me for mine. Mine is at capacity. Okay, my family is on my shit. But
I'm on my 12 free trial.
I made a 14 email. No, but like, first of all, Netflix got the jams. They got the old, like I watched Mo Money last night.
I watched Mo Money last
night. So, but Tiger King, okay. I'm going to say this. We're going live on my Facebook, and I know so many variety of people, including white people. I love y'all. But white people be white peopling.
They be white people.
Tiger King is a lot, y'all. Like,
if you have not seen Tiger King, this is a spoiler.
When I tell you it's something that you cannot... Okay, if you haven't seen Tiger King, go ahead and shut off your live. Because
no, don't shut it off. Oh well, you should have watched it. Y'all need to continue to watch it.
No, because I don't want. You can watch it later. It's a spoiler alert because we're about to get into it. Tiger King was the type of thing where I turned it on and I could not look away. Like I had to watch all the episodes. I think I broke it up in 2, but I virtually had to watch everything like at once because it was just so much to unpack. And I'm like, why haven't we heard? I never had seen this on the news before. Like I never had seen.
I saw Joe Exotic. I remember Joe Exotic when he was running for governor.
Okay.
Because I saw, because you know I love to be in the political world, and I was like, who the fuck is this?
Let me read these comments.
In Oklahoma, who are allowing this man to run for governor.
Stacey said she don't want to shut us off, but she gonna watch it anyway.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Said spoil it.
So go ahead, and because you trust me, what we're gonna say is not going to cover everything that you're going to.
Here's the thing, y'all. If you let us tell you, you still gotta watch it because it's so tripped out that there's no way we can get into it. Like, there's no way I can explain to you what I'm about to explain to you. You literally, it's like a roller coaster. Like, you gotta experience for yourself.
First, it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this?
The tigers aren't even the thing.
That's not. I thought it was about to be
about tigers.
Tigers, and that he was a tiger king,
and they was trying to take his tigers away.
I was like, they need to leave that man alone. And then I was like, well, wait, what in the meth minute is going on here?
What in the
like, what is going on right here? Like, first of all,
if Meth Mouth was a movie, it would be.
It's called Tiger King. If meth was a group of people, it would be everybody that's on Tiger King. Like, I first of all, meth is huge in Oklahoma. That's number one.
Where they were in Oklahoma.
They were in Oklahoma.
Okay.
So the only thing that you have to do here is literally do drugs in Oklahoma, raise goats and pigs and cows. I don't even really know.
Is that a fact? Like, no. Somebody from Oklahoma?
Go to the casino. I don't even know. Grow potatoes and shit. Grow a garden. I'm trying to think what industry is in Oklahoma. They don't pay their teachers.
I don't know.
All they got to do is drugs.
I don't know anything.
I guess drugs. Drugs is the industry.
It feels
in
really
Oklahoma.
druggy in Oklahoma.
It's very. They got reserved Native American reservations. They have it's really booze.
Native American reservations and meth addicts.
Clearly, like if you're going to Oklahoma, you're looking for weed. I don't know where that is because one time I was in Tulsa.
At the gateway.
They're past the gateway.
Yeah.
They are through the gate because I remember when I went to Tulsa one time, not to veer off too far, but I was in Tulsa one time and I couldn't get any weed.
Because they just do such high level drugs.
I guess. And I'm not into the other things that
they're into.
So then I was like, so where do I go? I was like, where is it in Tulsa? Like, are there black people here? Then I found some at the car wash. You know how we do at the car wash, baby. We gather at the car wash. And you just got to know how.
Hey, Ashley, sis.
You got to know how to ask for your drugs in the neighborhoods.
How do you order drugs? I ask you that all the time. Do you order one weed? Can I have a slight slice of weed. I should know. I'm from California. Weed is legal, but I don't smoke. So I don't know how to order weed.
I don't smoke anymore in case somebody from my job is watching me and is going to drug test me.
We're definitely drug free.
We're all drug free.
We just drink wine, and that's legal here.
So that's all they got to do. I mean, I was like there for a few days, and I was like, y'all got like no movie theaters close by. Like you got no clubs. Like there was like the clubs in Oklahoma City. You mean I have to drive an hour away to go to like there was nothing to do but have incest, polygamy, drugs.
That sounds horrible.
Sad, terrible. And
so you had already had the scene in your mind when you turned on Tiger King.
No, and not really, because I didn't know it was.
Until you heard Oklahoma, and then you were like, oh,
yep, this is about it. He was picking up all of his workers came off the streets.
Yeah. So Joe Exotic, I think honestly, Joe Exotic for me. I know this is maybe it's an unpopular opinion, maybe it's not. I feel like he had a deep heart of gold. Like, he really did have a good intention in some respect. Like, not only just for the Tigers, but for the people. Like, him and his gay husbands. Like, he felt... All three of them that he married at the same time.
Allegedly, one of them, when I looked into it a little bit, allegedly one of them, he wasn't legally married.
Oh, I'm sure.
To John. The one that started out with one missing tooth.
With the horrible meth mouth.
Yeah, he started out with one missing tooth, but by the time
his teeth were definitely so
he had one tooth.
Yeah.
First, he was missing one tooth.
You know, at the end, he ain't had no teeth. He just took them
That's
out.
what I'm saying. At first, he was missing just one tooth. By the end of that motherfucker, he had one tooth. And it was the only one in the front. I was like, what the fuck is going on? He wasn't married to him, technically, because allegedly, John and Travis were straight.
Allegedly.
Well, I believe they were.
They probably were gay for pay.
They were gay for meth.
Gay for meth.
They weren't getting paid.
They were getting
$100 a week.
They were getting high.
And for spoiled meat off of the Walmart truck. So clearly, you were getting that somewhere else, and that was in a high. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, if meth is a kind of drug that is going to make me be okay with making $100 a week and eating spoiled meat off of a Walmart food truck, I'm going to kill myself.
So the meth was the allure.
The meth was the allure? No, thank you. But it was just crazy. Like, just from the get-go. And I really honestly think that at first he really did have that good intention. Mm-hmm. And then that Carole Baskin bitch started messing with him.
So, Carole Baskin.
She did it.
You killed your husband.
She did it.
And not only did you kill him, you fed him to the Tigers.
Like this post, if you think Carole Baskin did it.
Send a tiger emoji.
Drop a tiger emoji if you think Carole Baskin fed her husband to the Tigers.
First of all, anybody who wears that much tiger print kills somebody.
Anybody who rides a bike around like that did it.
Anybody who talks in a soft, sweet voice like that. I don't like when people talk. Yeah, because when the cats would...
She said, you know what? You're amazing for me. When I found out that you had 8 whole cats behind those fences and none of them were in cages, and then one guy has like 200 cats.
What's funny to me with the Big Cat Rescue is like when I was watching this with my husband was like, but she's keeping tigers in cages too.
She said, we don't keep tigers in cages to live. We keep tigers in cages to have a safe place to die.
They're in cages, sis.
Then you charging people to come see these 12-ass tigers.
They're in cages, sis.
Ma'am, they're in cages. Matter of fact, if you was really talking about it, why did you toss their ass back in the jungles?
And her new husband, she gonna kill him. That's gonna be Tiger King too. The revenge.
He gonna be around. He gonna be around because he do whatever Carole Baskin asked him to do. Because he knows he killed the first one.
Because she was like, it's not like I rubbed sardine oil on him.
What did she say? She was like, oh, if you really wanted to do it, you would rub him in something that a tiger would really like sardine oil.
The meat grinder. I couldn't even put his whole finger in the meat grinder.
I tried it.
I was like, girl, you know too much.
She was like, oh, like you could even put this. Girl, that's because you tried it.
You did put his whole finger because you cut it up.
Because you tried it, and it didn't work, and it couldn't fit. So then you had to douse his ass in sardine oil
and let the tigers
and let the 12 tigers eat it.
Girl.
And you know you did it. She did it. She was a crazy bitch. I don't care. I know you're not supposed to call women bitches, but she was a bitch. And she was trying to shut them people down. I didn't see what she was doing differently. I'm sorry, I don't see the problem in touching a panda. I mean, they didn't have pandas. Touching a cat. I really want to touch a panda.
I'm on Instagram trying to interact because I can't see. Ashley, she is guilty, sis. I'm responding.
She is super guilty. But I want to hold a cub. I don't feel like me holding a cub is putting them at risk.
There's absolutely people out in the world who probably aren't, what's the word, investing?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal. Why did they put Shaquille O'Neal? If I was Shaquille O'Neal, I'd be mad. I'd be like, don't put me in this shit.
Don't put me in here, but he done bought 4 tigers from his ass. That was Shaquille Tiger that was roaming loose on that highway down there in Fayetteville County in Georgia. Remember that tiger that was on the highway? That was Shaq's tiger.
Stacey, you definitely need to watch it. Tiger King definitely is something to entertain yourself during the quarantine. Also, while we're getting on movies to entertain yourself, Uncorked, I mentioned this earlier, Uncorked is a beautiful story. I love it, especially if you're a wine drinker. I learned so much about wine. And people have been watching the Ozark. I don't know what that is.
I haven't started that.
So
I'm watching Little Fires Everywhere.
It's become, I don't think that's my jam. Like, I'm not into shows like that.
Like what? Little Fires Everywhere?
I haven't, what's that?
Are you talking about Ozark?
Ozark.
I don't even know what Ozark's about because
I
thought it was about
watched
water.
the previews and I was like,
I thought it was like water. All I could think of
I don't know.
Or Zaka.
It didn't catch my attention. Like, I'm very much the type of person who likes to watch I'm a rom-com person. Like, give me a romantic comedy and a glass of wine. Like, I like to laugh and cry. Like, I don't like to be... Sometimes I like to be intrigued.
I like action.
I like an action movie, too, because I love the Marvel series and things like that.
I
mean, at this point, with my kids in the home, all I'm watching is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. But I do like action, but I just don't like... I don't want to think.
I like to think. I like suspense thrillers. I like psychological thrillers. I like horror.
I watch it, but it's not something I would go to initially. Like, my husband would have to turn it on, or somebody would have to really, really highly recommend it. But it's not something that I'm just going to turn on.
So new show. So okay, back to the Tiger King. Aside from his polygamous relationships, the other man's sex cult that he was also in a polygamous relationship with a bunch of women.
Who?
Doc Antler.
Oh, yes.
He was with a whole bunch of women. Clearly,
everybody was weird as fuck.
I think everybody who owns a bunch of tigers are weird sex cult people.
Well, do you remember in the beginning of the show, the man said people who own tigers are weird.
They are weird. Why would you want a tiger that could eat your whole entire family?
You're definitely a different breed.
You can't stop a tiger from getting you unless you just so happen to have a gun.
Do you remember when that tiger ate Joe Exotic's leg? He said, Motherfucker!
Motherfucker, if I'm sending a letter to a senator...
He said nobody even came over to help me.
I did not think that... What was his name off of... was it Mayberry? Gomer Pyle. Is he from Mayberry?
No, you're talking about... I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of his name.
But I think I am talking about Gomer Pyle, though.
Maybe.
I didn't think that people really talk like Gomer Pyle.
Absolutely.
He is literally the...
What do you think characters are based off of? Real people?
I just thought they were just completely... no one could absolutely talk like this. But at Travis's funeral, because Travis killed himself. I don't care what anybody says. Travis killed himself.
So, what boggled my mind is that when they were recording him, he said, I'm about to smoke my last cigarette. Nobody thought nobody thought hey man, that ain't no funny joke.
I'd have been like, Do you want to
talk about it?
No.
Do you want me to smoke this last cigarette with you and we talk about the situation?
No. Did you see their living conditions? No. I would have killed myself.
Did you see when the guy seen him shoot himself? He was just like,
this cannot be real. First of all, I'm really mad. Why did I have to see this? Why? Oh,
I'd be so upset if somebody killed themselves.
Really?
Don't give me that energy.
Don't. I don't want that. I don't want to see that for the rest of my life.
I'm super big on energy. If you know me personally, you know I say energy probably 100 times a day. Don't give me that energy. If you want to kill yourself, and if I need to help you through that, and I can, I would love to. But if I can't help you through it, and you already got your mind made up, baby, go kill yourself.
Don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself.
Don't kill yourself around me.
If you're going to kill yourself and you are in my life, and I don't know how we started talking about suicide and killing yourself, but
call 1-800.
Let me just give you a suggestion about killing yourself. Please do not leave any bad deaths. Please have insurance.
Please don't kill yourself.
Please don't have to make me clean it up.
Please don't do it.
Go drown yourself in the ocean and be undeclared.
He said the blood landed on my leg. I would like, if you don't get your...
I am traumatized.
I am furious.
I'm furious. Why would you do this in front of me?
These are my favorite jeans.
You should have played this game at your house.
And I'm not taking suicide light because we've actually, at our call center music worker, we've got a lot of suicide calls. So I'm not taking it lightly. I know we're laughing, but we've had a big glass of wine. Suicide is very serious. I know people who have committed suicide, and I know people, not personally, but
you gotta look
through work. I'm me, so I'm not laughing at suicide.
I'm not either.
But that's how uncomfortable it makes me. It makes me nervous. Like, don't kill yourself in front of me. Like, don't.
We ain't got time for that.
It's already a selfish act. Like, please.
You know that you're leaving behind people who got to deal with it, and now they have to deal with it. So
insurance companies don't cover suicide. Not a lot of them.
They don't. A lot of them don't. So ensure that you just reach out. And at the same time, if you guys are seeing that someone are making these crazy posts and different things like that, because I honestly think that he really wanted out. Because for one, he wasn't gay. I don't think he was. But the fact is,
and meth really messes with you.
Meth makes you do whatever it takes to continue to get that particular high, whether you don't like it. High. That rumors were saying that he was still having sex with pretty much all the girls.
He literally slept with every girl. He probably slept with the girl Tigers.
Probably them as well. But that's why he really wanted out. I think he wanted out. Even his mother was on drugs. Like, you could tell she was on drugs. Like, everybody's on drugs. Like, a whole bitch got her arm skint off.
And came right back to work.
I'm not going to come back to work after my whole arm got skint off because a tiger done jacked my arm through the fence hole. I'm off.
She said if I don't come back in 7 days, they're going to speculate.
Speculate that my arm got
torn? No, if you don't come back in 7 days, your meth package won't be updated.
And that's what it is, because I really feel like she knew that they were going to get the drugs, and ultimately her being on drugs was going to numb any pain anyway. I'm not about to be walking around with no amputee arm 7 days after the tiger. Be like, it wasn't the tiger's fault. It wasn't the tiger's fault because you shouldn't have stuck your little arm in there. However, I think I'm going to need a little bit more recovery than 7 days. Yep. And I know he didn't have no health insurance. That's really why they told the couple to cut it off, because they was like, bitch, we're not doing these constructive.
Definitely have insurance.
He had a little money until he started tricking it off with his two meth addict husbands, and then he tried to hide the money under campaign contributions. Like, y'all.
Again, if you haven't seen it, I can't even like get into a situation where I can explain it all in a historical value way, like start from the beginning and go to this point and this point. Like, it's like this. This is how this story is. Like, it takes you from A to Z to B to T to Z and then back to C, and you're like, oh, they did an interview with a guy in like a bathtub. Like,
and right when you think it's over and you're like, this is the last episode.
No.
Something else happens.
Watch Tiger King.
Murder for hire, a crackhead to travel from South Carolina all the way to Florida to execute a covert black ops mission.
It was a lot.
Man, you ain't about to trust. I don't know. It was too much.
Anyway, what's next on the docket?
Little Fires Everywhere.
It's good.
On Hulu. I just started
That's
with Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon.
Okay, I like them both. So
I will say that they found a way to have a character where both of them fit in a TV series. Because if you think about it, it's like Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon.
They're so unique and different.
I don't really see, Kerry's been Olivia Pope since Save the Last Dance. Mm-hmm. Reese Witherspoon has been coming home to Sweet Home Alabama for... When
you said Save the Last Dance, I literally screenshotted in my head that wavy perm that Kerry Washington...
I know what he wants you to do for him.
You don't have to do that, Derek.
Oh my God. She always trying to fix it.
Maybe, what do you think? I'm going to raise him with oxygen?
It's the same person. Even she was Olivia Pope as a transgender person when she played the trans.
I just immediately screenshotted that haircut in my head. Okay, so
we got to watch it. I just started. I haven't even finished the first episode, so you have time.
Okay, I will watch it. That's my new thing.
Little Fires Everywhere. I'm going to start it. I'm going to finish it tonight. So that we can
hopefully the next 7 days
we'll have something to talk about.
What's next on the docket?
Next on the docket, if I could remember, were Corona cocktails.
Oh. So here's the thing. Before the self-quarantine or forced quarantine, I'm not an alcoholic, y'all. Daddy, I think you were on here. I'm not an alcoholic. But I do enjoy a good cocktail. I do. And my dad knows this. My dad is a recovering addict for over 20 years, so he knows this. I do enjoy a good glass of wine. And, I think, very soon, I think we're going to have a bartender on here that I know personally. I'm not going to tell you who it is. But
okay.
If you're gonna drink, get creative with your drinks.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think you need to research. If you're going to drink every day, or you feel like, man, I'm using this to
cope,
pass the time, do whatever, then I think a couple things for me. One, I generally, for white wine, I drink a Chardonnay because Chardonnay has lowest calories. I do a red wine because red wine technically is good for your heart. And I've waved at these people 100 times. Oh. And I think we need to really think about when and why we're drinking. Drinking every day, again, this kind of goes back to my point of finding a routine that's productive. Drinking every day is not productive. Stop tagging me in challenges about see a shot, drink a shot. Sis ain't taking a shot.
I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing none of them.
I don't take a shot when we're not quarantined. I'm not a shot drinker. I drink tequila straight, sips. I'm not taking a shot. That's wasteful. I don't want to be drunk like that. I'm in front of my children. But I think if you're going to make a Corona cocktail, beyond what it is, I think you need to actually find the time to do it where it's not my child is homeschooling, so I'm going to pour a glass of wine where they're doing ABC Mouse.
W is for wine.
Come on. All right, good job.
A is for absolute.
You're doing great, sweetie. 1 + 1 is 6.
Hey, whatever works. B for bourbon, C for Cuervo, D for Diablo tequila. You can keep it going. Everclear for E.
But I think I do want to, now that we're in the house, I was just thinking of ways, again, my productivity wheel is turning. I'm thinking of ways to, one thing I miss, I'm not a very social person, but one thing I miss is getting together in a group and being able to drink. Mm. So I think we need to find a creative way to not only create the cocktail, but interact. So I think I'm going to work on something for a fit podcast brunch.
Okay. And maybe since we're going to start being a little bit more visual, we can have little how-tos and we can show them. But then technically the visual is pre-pod show.
Yeah, I think the brunch that I'm thinking about is not something that we do necessarily via the podcast.
Maybe it just be something.
It's just something we
content.
give you an extra.
Okay.
I have a bartender in mind, and if his wife is watching or his sister-in-law, I'll be tagging you soon.
For free. We'll give you a love offering of LOVE.
No, for me, it's it's a connection because I want to. The person I'm thinking about, I want to make sure that you're in the forefront because, and this kind of transitions to our next topic, Corona careers. I want that person to be able to go back into their passion after this is over. But speaking of Corona careers, there is a lot of opportunity right now to get a job.
Yeah, to make a job.
To make a job and get a job.
Yep.
And I think people are not realizing that, a lot of times we're focusing on man, it sucks that I can't go to swag surf over French toast at brunch, or it sucks that I can't do whatever or whatever. But Aldi's hiring, Kroger's hiring, all the fast food places.
Target's hiring,
and they've given people a raise.
At $13, I was like, do I work on Saturday?
Guess how much Aldi
and a 10% discount.
Guess how much Aldi. Guess how much Aldi is starting you off with?
$14, $15?
$16
to not scan my groceries. The fuck do they do at Aldi? You don't bag my groceries. You don't scan my fucking groceries. I don't even know what the brand is of the shit that's in your store.
It's called Crunchy Crunches.
I don't even know what the shit is. Like cheese is just called cheese. I like, hey.
But first of all, Aldi has a lot of great quality.
They do have some good. They got good quality. I did shop out of there.
You can't get everything out of Aldi, but you can get a lot of stuff.
But it's a lot of good, and it's good prices.
I don't need Captain Crunch. I can take Lieutenant. I can take Lieutenant Crunch.
General Grub or some shit.
Lieutenant.
Hold on. First of all, I used to eat those Wick cereals.
Exactly. So stop playing.
Because my friend used to.
You didn't have Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You had cinnamon baked.
Cinnamon squares.
Cinnamon baked squares.
What was that? It was the Captain Crunch. It was in that big.
It was in a bag.
It was in that big ass bag.
It was like cinnamon squares.
It was called Crunch and Munch. No.
Crunch and cinnamon.
It was like something, but it wasn't cinnamon. It was literally the Captain Crunch. And it was in a big ass motherfucking fuck ass bag that you had to take out and pour into cereal containers because it don't reclose.
You know what's funny? I always tell people, and this is no shade to people who have lived an affluent life. Like if you have been raised where you haven't really had to struggle, then I'm not hating on you, and I commend
I am.
Shut up. I commend that your parents were able to make a way for you that you didn't have to feel like you're struggling. I wasn't in that group. My mama was a very creative woman. Okay? If you have had cereal in bags, you're going to survive this.
Someone said Cinnamon Toast Crunch tastes like cinnamon cardboard. I hated Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Because it like goes soggy in 5 seconds.
No, you know what's better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch to me?
What?
Golden Grams.
I hate Golden Grams.
So good.
They look like cells.
No,
it look like
mitochondria.
I mean, what is it? Mitochondria. It looked like mitochondria in a bowl.
They're good to me.
I was like, I am not gonna eat a bowl full of skin cells.
You're definitely gonna survive this time because that's the most resourceful shit if I ever seen.
That stuff was good. And then you had to open up your own can of juice. It didn't come with the screw. You had to go and then dip it up, and it was like Wick juice, Wick cheese.
What was the poorest thing
Wick
that
cheese
you ever
and summer
had?
salt.
What was the poorest thing that you ever had? We're off of Corona Careers right now. This is a sub. This wasn't on the docket. This is just, what was the poorest thing that you ever had?
The poorest thing that I've ever had.
Or
let me say this.
The poorest thing that your mother has ever done to make sure that you guys were fed. That's a better question. What is the poorest thing that your mother has, or your parent has ever done to make sure that you and your siblings are fed? Because Star got 100 siblings.
I don't.
50.
I have 2 sisters and then another half sister and 2 half brothers. In my household, however, growing up, it was 2 siblings.
Okay. So what was the poorest thing that your mother ever had to do?
Let's just say this. Yes, we were probably in poverty. Mm-hmm. But my mother is very bourgeoisie.
Mine too.
So
still poor.
When it came to so let me think because we didn't have off-brand cereal, to be honest. She bought Raisin Nut Brand with the coated. That was her cereal that we weren't supposed to eat. But but there was name.
Stupid, they ate it.
We didn't have off-brand cereal. We didn't have off-brand stuff. She really ultimately, like to this day, it really takes a lot out of me to pick up great value. Not because I don't think that it's worth it. It's because I wasn't used to it. Now, High Top brand in Texas is a brand that to me was a great value, but it was a really good high quality. Mm-hmm. So I want to say the poorest thing. Here's the poorest thing. We were not rich. So we were.
I definitely ate off-name brands.
So we didn't. My mom just didn't do that.
I get it. That wasn't her thing. It
wasn't her thing. She would have cut corners on
other things.
Other things. Okay, so here's the poorest thing. It wasn't food. Okay. Because mama did not play that when it came to food. Okay. Because she's not about to cook nothing that was gonna look crazy.
Right.
So the poorest thing is that we didn't have gas in our house.
Oh, gas in your house.
For years.
Okay.
I'm talking about one time our gas got cut off and it just never got cut back on. Okay. So I say the poorest thing is that we had to have a hot plate. And we used to have to boil a big, tall pot of water to take a bath. And it used to be a really tall pot. And so a lot of people.
If you didn't have gas, how were you boiling the water?
There was we had an electric eye. Because we had a gas stove.
But
so that means we could not heat it up on the stove.
You had to plug.
We had to use a hot plate, and my mom cooked on the hot plate for a while until we eventually got converted to an electric stove and an electric water heater. So we got past that shit. We ain't gonna never get no motherfucking gas then. Okay, so we had to do that. So as I had to boil 2 pots. Because I need my water to be a certain level. Because I'm not just finna sit in one pot worth of water. One pot was enough when you couple it with the cool water.
Oh, because you gotta make
it at least cover it probably used to come over the, almost to the top of the thigh. I needed two things. So I had to boil it. When I poured it out, I already had I filled it back up and put it on there because boiling hot water takes a while to cool off anyway. Right. So by the time it was warm and then the next boiling pot water came in, so then I had to do that. So literally it took me 2 hours to take a bath because I had to take 1 hour to boil that pot because it was a big metal soup pot.
So it wasn't like you had to take the bubbles got to start off really
that was that's when I knew we were poor. Before that, I didn't think because we lived in a huge house.
You didn't think so.
I didn't have like Pro Wings shoes since I was like in 2nd grade. Like I didn't have all of that things. I had game systems, I had everything, but I knew we were poor when our gas got cut off, and then every other utility after a while. And
then we were in the dark.
And then I'm like 12 years old, and I know how to cut back on the lights.
So
from the outside.
Number one, my mom was, for the majority of my life, a single mother.
Mm-hmm, mine too.
Very resourceful. Mm-hmm. And again, there were certain
things. That's where you didn't cut corners. Very resourceful.
Some things we did not cut corners on, like, I never was in lack of clothing. Mm-hmm. I never was in lack of food. We didn't eat rice and corn. Mama, if you're listening, you know this.
We love you.
We ate rice and corn every day.
Y'all did what y'all had to do.
Baby, I don't care what meat you got. It's rice and corn as the side. And it was for 2 reasons. Because, I had to learn how to cook very early because I was a latchkey kid. Okay. And then I was a latchkey sibling. So I had my brother to take care of as well. So rice and corn was the easiest thing that I could make.
And I was the
boil that rice. You make that corn. You eat that pork chop. You eat that whatever. So rice and corn. But the poorest thing, when my mom was at a place where she was struggling a little bit, I guess you could say, was when my mama used to call them hotlines. Like, okay. My mama used to, like, if we go to, let's say, KFC. And you get the receipt.
Call and complain for a free meal.
And you call and complain. For a free meal, so you can get that meal and feed your family. When I tell you,
what you gotta do.
Now that I'm an adult, that memory sticks in my mind so much because I'm like, my mama made a way, honey. My mama made a way. The fact that she said, I'm about to make up a lie to get a meal to feed my 2 babies.
Because we gotta eat. You gotta eat.
We better get a
We're to food bank, I guess.
We never went to a food bank.
So we did go to a food bank before one time.
My mama got that 3-piece chicken and made it twerk.
See, we got that 3-piece chicken for Williams Chicken in Dallas, Texas. We thank you for getting us through several years of having a meal because that 99-cent 2-piece
got y'all through.
Got us through, baby. We can scrape up some coins.
I think like. Again, if you have been through a time where you had to put 2 pieces of bread together and make a wish sandwich,
this shit ain't nothing.
This too is nothing.
This COVID shit ain't nothing. That's why people like, are you in crazy house? We had to stay. We had no money to go no motherfucking where.
We had a lot of candles when the lights went off.
What you mean?
Say what?
And hopefully we had a candle. Hopefully we had hopefully we had a
situation where we had a candle.
A candle, because maybe we didn't think that our lights was gonna get cut off that day. So
it's on period.
That's how I had to learn how to open it, motherfucker.
Going back, we went on a real big tangent with this, but going back to Corona careers, you know, I said this on my personal story today. I don't want anybody to feel shamed or with less pride or bashful to go out and get another type of job that supplements your income for your family. At the end of the day, everybody's going through this. If you think about it, Beyonce, as rich as she is, she got to stay her ass in the house.
Yeah.
So,
mind you that they probably have
all
of the entertainments that we probably have.
Right. However,
is Blue here? Blue, where are you? And she in the intercom. I'm in the third house.
Could you go get Syrian Rumi out of the fifth wing? But everybody's going through this, so I say that to say, like, if you were in a position where you worked a job that has had to A, cut your hours, or B, unfortunately lay you off, then do not feel shamed if you got to go get you a Corona career.
Go get it. Go get it.
Because right now, if that's the way you need to supplement your income to support yourself or your family, then go do it. Like,
right. And who cares?
And
like,
who cares? Like, who's going to
these people not paying your bills?
They're not paying your bills. So at the end of the day,
you have to pay them.
You have to figure out ways to get through this time.
Yeah.
A lot of us are fortunate enough where our hours maybe just cut back or our workload has been lightened, but a lot of people have been completely cut off. And I'm going to tell you this, I don't know, I haven't had to file unemployment, thank God, but I know a lot of people may have had to file unemployment, so I don't know what that looks like for people. I don't know how long the waiting list is. I don't know.
See, now that's the thing. So, you know, they're seeing that they're going to get the extra $600 a week.
3 million people who are doing
but
this
it is millions of people. So then it's like, well, it looks like a Corona career could be to work for the unemployment office because they clearly are going to need help. But how can you work for the unemployment office if you can't work in the same business?
Right. So,
I wonder if they're considered essential and they still work in close confines.
I don't know. Or they're probably figuring out ways to still communicate. I don't know. But I will say this.
It is time to make unemployment easier.
It is time to make unemployment easier because I had unemployment one time and I had to sit in that class.
Like, oh, you had to go to the classes? Oh my God.
Well,
you had to go to the classes? Okay.
Everybody has to go to the
never went to
class.
the classes.
It's not a classes. It's one class.
In the first time?
The first time. And then what you have to do after that is report weekly of what jobs you have researched or what jobs you have applied to because they want you to get off unemployment. So they're going to ask you.
What's the class?
The class virtually tells you, it's like a setup class.
So and when they do your typing and you do that stuff, okay, I know what you're talking about then. So I consider that the onboarding. because I didn't realize that it probably was a class because you have to understand when you lose your job, and especially when you are huge in the corporate world, and you go to the unemployment office, it's not necessarily with a bunch of people who got laid off,
right?
And it is sometimes with people who are trying to just continue their unemployment, so they need to do what they got to do. So then when they're like looking, and then we're doing this, and then you got the person like, do not go ahead, and they're doing all of this stuff. Telling me you have to type this and you have to do this.
It was the most boring shit I ever had to do in my life.
I was like, people don't have this. People aren't printing this out. First of all, they were like, if y'all need to do your resume, do my resume. I already have it.
So no shade, no tea. It's very much when I went to the class. Like I went to the class because I got laid off at a place we both worked at.
Me too. I didn't get laid off. I got fired.
I got laid off allegedly.
Wrongfully, and y'all better be lucky y'all closed down and y'all got no money that I can sue your ass.
Anyway, so I was definitely in there with people who didn't know how to start a resume. I don't know about you or people who are listening to us, whether it's live or later.
I don't know about this visual. They're going to see our faces.
It's fine.
Of disgust that you don't know how to do a resume.
I have several different types of resumes, right? I have a resume when I applied to this job, that job, whatever. So when I went in there, with me being from a corporate background, all this stuff, like all this stuff was boring as shit to me. But there was people in there like really like, which is fine. Like I get it. You gotta.
It's not fine.
Well, you gotta start where you are.
It is 2020. 20.
No,
it is not.
But if you got laid off at the
fine.
McDonald's,
You should have still know how to type.
No. Okay, that was a bad.
Because that's how they really are.
I just meant engage differently. Like I was engaged more so like, oh, this is boring. They were like, oh wow, so when I click next, then that's gonna happen. So like engage differently, not necessarily different typing with their fingers, just engage differently. But I think like the point of this is that I don't know what the government is going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I know that this stimulus package, everybody's excited about it, but I'm telling y'all, I'm a firm believer that this stimulus, anything that the government gives you is never and never ever will be for free.
No, well, they didn't have to pay back the last stimulus.
We don't have to pay back. How do we know?
But that's what I was going to say.
How do we know?
You don't know what you did because then if they raise taxes somewhere else.
How do we know that we didn't pay it back?
You going to pay it back. I guarantee you they going to.
Or, no, it wasn't on the money.
Obama did. Well, technically George Bush
did it.
Did the policy and Obama carried it out.
Yeah, exactly. So really it was on the book. So really, we don't know if we paid it back or not.
We don't know because they raised stuff, they changed stuff. Matter of fact, we don't even know where our taxes go.
No.
Like, we don't even know where our taxes go, and we don't even ask the question where our taxes go. Exactly. And we really need to start showing up to these things to say that I got all of these potholes. All of these potholes in my city.
That's your local government.
But we pay taxes. We pay state taxes.
That's why you need to vote in your local
Exactly.
government.
But then it's like, yeah, I voted for you, but where is my money allocated? I need to see a allocation of my funds to see where they're going. And we never ask that because we're
too busy like blaming people that are not even in our radar. But get your Corona career if you need to. Don't let shame you.
Please work at the gas station. Work at the store. Do what you have to do.
Do what you have to do.
Because y'all close.
The government is not going to carry you through. I can guarantee.
$1,200. Did you see that Canada was giving their people $2,000 every month for 4 months? I'm about to move.
Canada.
I'm about to move at this point. Like, to be honest, the USA, I've been here all of my life. But now that we start to travel and start to go places, you really see this country ain't really all that's cracked up to be. And I'm not saying that I hate my country or whatever, because ultimately I love the country that I am from. I do not love the people here in this motherfucker for the most part, but I love what it should be. However, when you start visiting these places and going to these different, like Italy and Spain and even Germany, as Nazi as they used to be, and like Japan says you can't even come over this motherfucker. If you can't even move over to this motherfucker if you don't have a 4-year degree.
Oh wow!
You can come visit, but if you're trying to come a resident of Japan, what are you bringing to the table? And we need to be a little bit more like that. And I get it. That's how Donald Trump technically was trying to say we need to be a little bit more. You have a little bit more criteria around
our immigrant. It's hard to undo the history.
But you can't undo what you've already done. And you started calling everybody to your country. But you start going to these places and you like saying, first of all, this looks just like New York City. Mm-hmm. Except it's cleaner. And the people are nicer. Mm-hmm. And the food is better. And it's healthier. Mm-hmm. And it's like...
Even a country like the Dominican Republic, I remember I visited your best friend in the Dominican Republic. Yeah. And I just needed to get away. My husband said, get on a plane, go. And she was working over there. She said, Ev, come stay with me. I stayed with her for like 2 or 3 days. When I tell you the food was so fresh.
So fresh.
There was a TGIF over there. TGI Fridays or whatever y'all call it.
I haven't been to a TGI Fridays in so long.
I haven't either. But there was a Fridays over there near her hotel. And she was like, let's just go to this Fridays. It's close, it's local, whatever. Went to this Fridays. And when I tell you the menu was like 8, clearly it's different. The food was so fresh. Like I've never been, I felt healthy.
I want to go to the Dominican Republic. They started killing people, so...
Well, they killing people here.
So now that's what I'm saying. Well, fine. We dying everywhere. So now it's time to go back to the DR.
Go Dominican where it's unlimited liquor before you die.
Well, at least before you die. I mean, you can at least get that. They was probably getting all them people coronavirus.
The Dominican got a bad rap for whatever they had going on with all those mysterious
You mean macheting people in the streets?
Well, that too. But when I tell you, besides it, but I mean,
Dominicans,
honestly,
please, it's
no,
just a
because
joke.
America has
baby, they macheting people in the streets here too. There are Dominicans from the Bronx,
though. The most beautiful country, like I've visited. Like, they're beautiful people, very humble.
I really need to go. I want to go. I say
up?
when this clear up, I think we could probably be okay, and we just need to pay a little bit more money for our liquor to know that it came.
You definitely don't drink the liquor that they have
at the
on the
resort.
six-shooter.
I'm not gonna
in
do
your
it.
thing. Like, you definitely don't.
I'm just not gonna do it. But so the good thing, there has been some good things, however, that have come out of. So speaking of Corona careers, we've been having Corona lives. If you think about it,
Yes.
these
And I've been
artists
getting my
entire life. Like it's so you can't say that there's nothing to do. Because when I tell you the last Neo and Jonta Austin, shout out to Neo, shout out to Jonta Austin, shout out to Timbaland, The Dream, Swiss Beats, JD, who else? Sean Garrett, Boy Wonder,
Sean
Hit
Garrett
Boy.
was great, but
he was so fucked up.
No, he was on Molly or something.
He was.
Did you see
high.
in the beginning when Swiss Beats called him and said, "Yo, get some water"?
Like,
Stop playing.
Cause you two, he was like,
You doing too much, and this is for everybody. Like, this
yes,
is a way to showcase your talent. So after this is all over,
right?
Beyonce can be like, you know what, Sean can't give me a good record.
That was good. Well, Sean, no, we know Sean give a good record back.
We
because
know,
we heard
but
it.
get off that.
But
mouth.
he was doing too much. But you know, Sean was like that on Love and Hip Hop.
I never seen him.
When he was with Carly Red.
What?
Yes. Oh my God. Last season, him and Carly Red dated. Was it last season or maybe the season before last? Sean Garrett and Carly Red dated for a while.
I don't know how to get a coin. Boy.
Know how to get a coin, but Sean was not having the scenes because again, he's like, I'm Sean fucking Garrett. Like, you can't be acting all ratchet if you're gonna be my lady. So.
But you're on a Molly.
But clearly, he wants to be on a Molly in private, and
well,
he's not used to. Because where do you see Sean Garrett anywhere?
No, he's very private.
He's very private. So I don't know why he didn't think that we could tell that you were on drugs. But I mean, a lot of people are on drugs.
No, a lot of people are on.
I get in their house, but they're not on IG Live in front of 50,000 people
playing their hits,
and people are like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah.
So. I think it's amazing. Shout out to Erykah Badu for her concert. Shout out to her official for going live and singing. Anthony Hamilton, Tamia, and Deborah Cox. The Backstreet Boys went live?
The Backstreet Boys went live. Yeah. I missed it. Well, I missed it because they went live at the same time. Neo,
Boys to Men, can y'all 112? Jagged Edge, all of y'all just come on,
buzz in your pocket. Go live. No, I'm here for it because, like I said, I can't afford to go to none of y'all concerts.
None of y'all concerts no more.
So give me these free concerts.
And you know what? And I would pay $1 to $10.
$1 to $10.
I'm not gonna pay no more than $10 to watch you live on my shit. And I also need you, if you're going to be in the $10 range, you need to introduce a new track that you've been writing while you've been on lockdown.
Well, what I love is that, like, we have a smart TV in our home, so I'm able to, like, mirror cast my phone to my TV. Like, we were getting, like, the, D Nice.
Oh, the DJ.
Oh, he's been doing such good stuff. It's other DJs, too. Like, I know a local DJ, like, DJ Sofa King, who used to be a graveyard that has now closed. And other DJs that are local, like, they've been giving me life too. But, like, every so often, DJ Nice, actually, he goes live a lot. And, like, I've been getting my whole life. So, if you're not on IG, which I feel like you should be, if you're not on IG, get on IG, get your whole life every day, and, enjoy these IGs because they're not gonna come.
It's really this is probably never gonna happen again.
Quarantine, baby, they finna charge.
They're gonna go back to their regular life and not speak with their fans.
If you happen to be randomly listening, or one of your people that like filter to you, it's physically okay to go live at your piano, white piano that I know you have in your living room.
Yes, we saw it.
We saw it, sis.
I don't wanna hear you.
Right. Go ahead and go live, sis.
Like, we really, really, really. I mean, I can't say that I have not enjoyed being able to have.
See, it's fine. We know you're off the camera. Not me.
But we're
T's the editor and the wine refiller. Yeah.
But at the same time, we are doing well. Y'all keep it coming. I don't know who's on the docket. I feel like now Swiss Beats. You are the ambassador, and you need to put it out a weekly schedule.
Well, they're trying to get JD and Diddy to do it.
JD and Diddy.
Yeah.
No! You're talking about. I thought you were talking.
No. I was like, wait.
No, I was like, what? No, I was saying be the ambassador, and you need to put a schedule for who coming. And so that we can all go to your page at The Real Swiss Beats.
Because I wasn't following some of these people.
Right, I wasn't.
So I had to go find them. So you need to put it out so I can follow them.
So that we can know the schedule. Yeah. And I am all here for Diddy and JD.
So Dead vs. Bad Boy sounds like amazing.
When I tell you that is nothing but hip hop and R&B and black royalty culture.
Period.
And to me, I think they could call it like the North versus the South, even though both of them worked with artists in the South, and JD worked with artists in the North.
So definitely a Southern.
It was Southern sound, and Bad Boy was a very Northern sound.
Yeah.
Even 112 had a Northern Southern sound. Mm-hmm. It was very different from Jagged Edge,
right?
Who was on Jagged Edge with JD, right?
Yes.
So it was a very different situation.
Yeah,
but it was all the same. I am here for it. They can even call it Kings of Sierra Leone.
What?
I don't know if you want to call them both kings, if you want to call it something, but I am here for Diddy and
well, hopefully
JD.
That's the next one. You know what another good one is before we close out this topic? So me and one of my good friends, we were like, ooh, Missy should do it. And then I was thinking like, who in the hell could go against Missy? Like, Missy's like, for me, Missy for female is like top producer and writer. Mm-hmm. Guess what would be a good showdown? Missy and Pharrell. Because they're both from Virginia.
Oh.
No, not because he's a woman. They're both from Virginia, and they both have they're both.
Pharrell did it, I want to say. Pharrell and, I want to say Pharrell did something.
Nobody can go against Pharrell for me but Missy.
But the Neptunes.
No, but like the Neptunes and Pharrell equate to me like Timberland and Missy. Like that's their groups, right? But Pharrell is an artist, Missy is an artist. Pharrell has produced several beats, and so has Missy. We would forget that Missy produced beats.
No,
for Sierra
I know
and
that.
Monica.
So that's why it just seems like
that's a Virginia versus Virginia battle. That's on.
But Pharrell is a different side of town, Virginia.
Yes, and that's what makes it great.
I could see that.
That would be an awesome battle.
And I'm trying to see who else, however, could go with Missy.
Nobody.
That's what I was saying. We just need to have a Missy day.
Nobody. Missy can be a bit against herself.
That's what I was gonna say. It should just be a Missy day.
Because I would love to see.
A Pharrell
it's been very male dominated with these battles. I would love to see. Like honestly,
do we have another female producer other than
honestly
Missy? Mona Scott?
Now you might. Okay, you might chuckle on this, but bring out Carrie Hilson.
Oh, hold on. Before you say I might chuckle on that, I was actually going to say, well, why not instead of Pharrell? What about Carrie Hilson?
Now, I don't think Carrie can go against Missy.
I don't think she can.
But guess who Carrie?
But Carrie do got some.
Guess who Carrie can go against? Candy.
Sierra. Oh, to be honest, it should probably be Missy and Candy. Because Candy has produced a lot of great hits.
It absolutely shouldn't be Missy and Candy.
But I mean, there's no other female. Even Carrie, there's no other female.
It's Missy versus Pharrell, or it's nobody.
It's Missy versus Missy. Because I don't think that I really feel like it should be Missy versus another woman.
It should be Missy versus Candy.
It shouldn't.
Because Candy gonna play.
The other woman?
Guess what Candy gonna play? Try it out, try it out, try it out. Since we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear tardy for the party. We're done with that. But,
or what's the Portia song? I flatline. Whatever that was. It was a flatline. It was a flatline.
We don't hear that.
Portia, we love you.
Candy versus Carrie would be a good one, I think.
Candy versus
Carrie.
Carrie.
Because they're songwriters.
They are.
Carrie has wrote so many Britney Spears songs, so many songs.
Yeah, she has. So then it's like, I don't want to hear that. Now that I think about it, I don't, because she's like mood ring. We need to, and that's where we need to come into more play to say there needs to be more female producers.
There are. Maybe we need to show them.
And maybe we don't know them, and that's the sad part about it is because who are the songwriters. Maybe there are a bunch of female producers that we don't know, or maybe producers is still such a male dominated area that
everything's a male dominated area.
But Missy said not me because she's too talented.
Missy's an anomaly.
Beyonce.
Okay.
Beyonce produced her tracks.
Yeah, but Neo, all of them already told us how many checks they get from her.
Yeah.
They kept playing her album. So to wrap up this episode, lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7.
I think the visual
Florida pastors. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to touch on this.
Okay, go ahead.
Pastors.
Before we wrap up, we're gonna touch on this real
No,
quick.
you know what? That can be the fuck it.
That could be the fuck it.
Go ahead.
So the fuck it of the night is...
No, were you gonna say anything before we get to the fuck it?
Well, I was gonna say that we're still figuring out the visual piece of this. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I'm sure Drew is gonna make this look amazing on YouTube, but I like this a little bit. I like the
I do like it. I do like it.
If y'all love it, just let us know. If y'all hate it, let us know.
Give us feedback.
If it's too much, just
We're
let
here.
me know. Like, let us know.
Let us know.
But
I know y'all want to
so
see us. The only concern that I kind of have with it being a visual that we're going live is that some of the people, of course, will hear the podcast, but I mean, you saw the live, so that's great.
I think it's able to touch several different people in the way that they like to be entertained.
Exactly.
Some people like to see live. Some people like podcasts. Some people like visual plus podcasts. So we're giving you all three of y'all.
All three. I can't do a Jamaican accent. I can't at all.
I was trying to do the all three of y'all.
Oh, I thought it was Jamaican.
No. But that's all I was gonna say, and we're gonna have. We've had our first guest, and I promise you, we're gonna have more guests on here again.
Carrie Wilson.
Okay, I wish. I'm curious. It's fine.
She could probably come on our show. I think she lives in Sandy Springs.
Well, we'll pray on that.
Carrie Wilson, I'll tweet you later.
We're definitely gonna have a bartender on here to get you some Corona cocktails. We're gonna have some series. We have a lot of friends that I would love to invite on here. So
yeah, we have a lot. I really would love to see Malibu.
We're definitely gonna have Malibu. Let me add Malibu Darby. We're actually gonna have Malibu Darby. She doesn't know yet.
I would
follow Malibu Darby
on YouTube.
On YouTube, you should. Oh God. Y'all, while doing the live, my grandmother from California called. She probably's like, girl, I heard you on Instagram cussing. We're definitely going to have Malibu Darby on there. But we're going to have several people. But I'm just excited about this podcast because it has really given me a chance to, I don't know how to tag people on here, so whatever. I'll just tell her. We work together. It's really given us a chance to not only put our energies out, but I don't know what Tony's doing. But learn different ways to entertain people. Because at the end of the day, at the core of things, me and Star have a big entertainment heart.
We definitely do. We kind of probably need to open up, we need to do that.
Have on here too?
I really, you know what my goal would be?
Zion and Shamaya.
Oh God.
Baby.
We need to have Zion and Shamaya on together.
They have to come together.
They have to come together. So when y'all hear this, you guys have to come together. When I tell you that that's going to be that particular show, I already know the title. It is going to be called Unrated.
Because they're
so that is going to be everything. But yeah, we're going to reach out to people that we know and have more people on the show. And reach out, and you never know who you might see. And I really feel that I'm going to speak that into fruition and have Carrie Hilson on our show.
Well,
we're not going to pay you.
Okay,
but we love you.
I can't pay that $10,000.
No, I'm sure that it's a lot of money, but just come on, help us out.
So the fuck it of the night is
you motherfuckers down there thinking that y'all gotta go to motherfucking church.
Mom. Okay, here's the thing. I was raised in the Baptist church.
I was raised in the Baptist and the non-denominational.
I also went to a non-denominational church. Fun fact, I also went to a Methodist church. I went to Central United Methodist right across the street from the Dome.
I'm not giving out any church names.
I will because I love that church. That church
I love y'all.
Actually, Central United raised me, okay? So, very much into the church. Here's the thing about church. There is other and very unique ways now in the universe that we can hear the vessel and the word of the Lord.
Amen.
We don't have to physically touch each other.
There's an app for that.
There's a Florida pastor who has been probably on Shade Room, Ball Alert, and
not just Florida.
It's not just Florida, but Florida, Florida be tripping.
Like they're already I already just said cut off Florida and just let them go on into the ocean.
They might as well just float.
Just let them go.
But there's a Florida pastor who is still holding church services and telling people that his place of worship is safe. He's not going to claim the social distancing. He thinks it's crazy, and that at the end of the day, that we should be embracing and loving each other.
We can embrace and love each other after the pandemic is no longer a pandemic. Like, come on. God talks about disobedience.
Jesus made doctors to tell us what to do.
Come on, y'all.
They're telling us to stay our black behinds and white behinds and Mexican behinds and all.
And every other behind in between. And your COVID-19 behinds.
Stop touching.
At home.
You know what?
Y'all still going to choir rehearsal.
There's several churches that have done online services. So that's what you can do. Fuck it. Like, if you want to get your Jesus on, you can get it on.
Get it on.
Live,
amen.
Or on an online church thing. Like,
amen.
You don't have to physically go in. You're going to get sick.
You can even dress up in your house.
And the pastor is old.
Amen. The problem is they want that money. And you could just put up your Cash App. The people that's going to really want it.
My soul, send the Cash App.
If the people that are really going to give to the church, they're going to find a way to still give their money up.
I can definitely see
they're going to give you all that money, baby.
It's still into your church.
Let it go right now. It's just for a couple of weeks. Like God said about disobedience, God blessed us with scientists and doctors. If that's the case, if God had nothing to do with that, we wouldn't have doctors and scientists. I bet you not one of y'all, when y'all have a heart attack, tell nobody to wheel y'all to the local church. Mm-hmm. If you have a diabetes and you out of insulin, they are not wheeling you to a confessional. If you are having a baby, well, some of y'all go to a nun and let them do it. But if you go into preeclampsia, I guarantee you that there is not going to be a rosary prayer that is going to stop that. So, amen. Amen. Pray for the right doctor. Pray for the right medical breakthrough. Pray for those things that you understand that God blessed us with to listen. Heed.
Pray for direction.
Pray for direction. And if
that
the
God
direction
will send you to the place that you need to be, which is at home.
And if the direction is guiding you to a mega church, that's the devil.
That's the devil. Remember, the devil was an angel.
He was an angel, allegedly.
At the end of the day, if the medical professionals of the world are telling us to stay home,
stay at home.
I love the Lord. Okay, I love God. Do you love God? Yes, you. I love God, but I also want to ensure that I'm being responsible enough where I can still watch God. I can still watch church online and still get what I need to get.
And ensure that you're not sending your family members to be with the Lord.
And ensuring that my 90-year-old grandma, if she kicked the bucket, it ain't from coronavirus.
It ain't from coronavirus. It's because she's 90-something and her bones was like, not today.
By the way, this is super side note and we about to close out. R.I.P. Reverend Joseph Lowry. A pillar of the community.
R.I.P. to Joseph Lowry.
Baby, Joseph Lowry used to go to my church, Sister United Methodist Church. And baby, let me tell you something. That man he was such a light.
Did he die from coronavirus?
No. Had nothing. He was 98 years old. His family said he was old. He lived a full life. He 98. Just died. He just died.
I don't want to live to 98.
But Joseph Lowry was such a pillar
unless
of the community.
You can put me in a 30-year-old body.
If you ever got a chance to be around him or whatever, he would just fill you with so much energy and so much positivity and so much pride to be black. He made me feel so good to be black when I saw him. So R.I.P. to Joseph Lowry.
I didn't even know he was still alive.
I didn't either.
I didn't, but only because there's a street named after him. And I really, we like to give flowers when people are dead.
Well, there's also a Barack Obama Academy.
Well, he was the president. So that's kind of, I could see that.
No, Joseph Lowry was still living until 3 days ago. So,
oh, wow. R.I.P. To Coach Orlando in Dallas, Texas. He was a well-known, well-loved track coach in Dallas. I'm talking about.
Did he die from the coronavirus?
He died actually from the coronavirus.
Oh, wow.
So now I think that with people who are so connected, they are starting to see that it could be somebody you know.
It's very serious.
So y'all stay safe out there.
Stay safe. Thank you guys for doing this with us. We love y'all.
We on this journey. Tell us what we do. Y'all like to talk about people behind their back. So we are telling y'all to go ahead and talk to us about your faith.
We love y'all. Episode 7 is a wrap.
Bye.
Stay safe. Stay inside. Wash your hands.
Stay down. Stay down.